How's it going out there, everybody? This is the Wizard of Sports. You're watching my video on the San Francisco 49ers. I'm going to talk about why the 49ers are going to make the playoffs this year. Why they are going to earn at least the 5th or the 6th seed and earn a wild card berth. So I'm going to talk about the 49ers offensive line, the running backs, and their defense. And then I'm going to give you a good idea of why I think they will make the playoffs. So right now, I want to start real quick. I want to start with their strength of schedule. Last year, their strength, they were 2-14. It made sense. And some injuries, uncertainty on the offense and the defense. And they went 2-12 with I believe the second hardest schedule in the NFL. This year, the 49ers have the 20th hardest schedule or easiest schedule in the NFL. And the opponent win percentage is .475. So I want to start with that. It's an easy schedule. It's light. Even for the Browns, it's a light schedule. So I'm going to go on to my next point. I want to start with the 49ers defense. Now this is a loaded defense. It's loaded with a lot of first round talent. You have Solomon Thomas. He's a monster from Stanford. We drafted him 3rd overall this year. And he is going to play defensive end on the 4-3 defense. He's going to be what I'm hearing is like a Michael Bennett figure in San Francisco at the defensive end. We have Reuben Foster. What a steal. John Lynch traded back in the first. Got Reuben Foster, a top 5 player. I'm hearing reports that Reuben Foster dropped so badly because I don't know if you guys watch Ballers, but he's kind of like that defensive tackle in Ballers. I forgot his name. He plays for the Dallas Cowboys. Reuben Foster and he has that friend that's kind of annoying and does everything for him and makes things hard for teams. Well, Reuben Foster has a lot of friends like that, from what I'm hearing, and that's why he didn't get drafted in the top 5 because of his circle. It's because of the injury as well. But now NFL teams are saying it's because of his circle of friends that he dropped so low. But they are also saying that the West Coast is going to be better for him because I imagine he's away from Alabama. And it's going to be hard for his friends for all that group of friends to be expensive if Reuben wants to keep transporting them to California. So Reuben Foster, probably the next Patrick Willis, hands down. Best linebacker in the draft. Dropped to 31. So the 49ers got 2 top 5 picks in this year's NFL draft. That's going to tremendously help the run game. Tremendously. These are instant impact players. Now let's go on to another monster, DeForest Buckner. The guy had like 100 and something tackles last year, 6.5 sacks. Was drafted 7th overall out of Oregon. The guy was a monster. He should have made the Pro Bowl. The only problem is 49ers just were terrible last year. They sucked. I mean, this guy was Pro Bowl caliber rookie. Right off the back, he was an instant performer. So now, so I imagine in a sophomore year, he's just gonna have that sophomore explosion. I mean, he's definitely gonna make the Pro Bowl, definitely. And so we got Solomon Thomas, Reuben Foster, and DeForest Buckner. That's 3 monsters right there. And then here's another monster, Arik Armstead. He was by himself. He got drafted in 2015. He had a great year. I believe Pro Football Focus ranked him pretty high at defensive end or defensive tackle. We drafted him 17 overall in 2015. Another Oregon boy, huge. I mean, huge, just a huge dude. So you got Arik Armstead, DeForest Buckner, Solomon Thomas, and we're gonna have Aaron Lynch as well. So he's a 5th rounder, but We 49. He's not on here, but Aaron Lynch was drafted in 2014 because Aldon Smith was kind of having problems already, and Aaron is a sack artist. He had a bad year last year, but the years before he did pretty good. So we do have a rusher. I believe he's going to play the Leo defensive end. But he's a monster as well. He was drafted in the 5th round. He's not a first round pick, but he plays like a first round pick. So Aaron Lynch is another monster that's not on this list. But he should have been a first rounder. Now, you got Solomon Thomas, DeForest Buckner, Arik Armstead, Aaron Lynch on the defensive line, and you're going to have Malcolm Smith, Super Bowl MVP from Seattle and Oakland. He's going to be playing one of the linebacker spots. Navarro Bowman, I don't even need to give the guy an introduction. Navarro Bowman, the best run-stopping middle linebacker in the NFL, prodigy of Patrick Willis, will be the middle linebacker. And you have Reuben Foster, who will be part of that starting linebacker squad too. So that is a monster front seven. You got Solomon Thomas, DeForest Buckner, Arik Armstead, Aaron Lynch, Malcolm Smith, Reuben Foster, and Navarro Bowman. This is not going to be a team that's going to be easy for you to run on. Not like last year. Not like last year at all. Not with everybody healthy coming back. I mean, this might be the best front seven and youngest in all of football. So it's a scary defense. Now let me go to the secondary. Jamie Ward is going back to we picked him up in 2014 as a safety. Jamie Ward is going to go back to his natural position at safety, back there with another monster, Eric Reed. Jamie Ward and Eric Reed is definitely like Cam Chancellor and I already forgot his name on Seattle. The other guy. But this is definitely that is definitely a all-star group of safeties right there. Jimmy Ward and Eric Reed. I mean, just two ball hawks, 2 first-rounders. The guys are always prepared. This is just got to hope they don't get hurt. Now, the only questionable position group on the 49ers is one cornerback spot. Now, Rashard Robinson's going to start. I have Rashard Robinson starting. PFF had Rashard Robinson ranked as the 10th best cornerback in the NFL last year in his rookie season. We picked him up, got a steal. But I really don't know who's going to start, whether it be like Witherspoon. The other corner is going to get picked on a lot. So Jimmy Ward or Eric Reed's definitely going to have to pick up the slack for one rookie corner. So that's the one weakness on this defense, will be one corner, which will be a rookie or a second-year player like Keith Reeser or Deontay Johnson, or there's a few others, but I'm thinking the 3rd-round pick out of Colorado, Witherspoon, is going to start. But anyways, I just want to let you know this defense is loaded with young players under 25. I mean, and then you have the leader that's 29, Navarro Bowman. There's no reason that this defense should not be top 5 in the NFL. So let me go to my next point. I think I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this at the end of the video. This is my win-loss prediction. So I want to talk about Carlos Hyde. Now, the 49ers, I'm saying they're gonna get in to the playoffs with their defense and with their run game. So I'm gonna talk about Carlos Hyde. Last year, he had a breakout season. He had 988 rushing yards. So 988 rushing yards, almost 1,000. His best season for sure. Missed a couple games. but I expect him to rush over 1,000 this year. I expect him to be a top 5 running back this year. And I'll tell you why. Carlos Hyde's going to be a top 5 running back this year. He's got Joe Staley, All-Pro, left tackle. We just traded for Zuda from the Baltimore Ravens, Pro Bowl center. That's an upgrade. So you could expect Daniel Kilgore probably might get cut. Zane Beadles. So here's the offensive line Carlos Hyde's going to run behind. And I think it's good enough to have at least a 1,200-yard rushing season if he went 988 with the line last year we had. So this year you're going to have Joe Staley starting. He's pretty solid. Zane Beadles, that's kind of the weak link on the line. But he's kind of a mediocre. I mean, we got to draft somebody in the future to take his spot. But he's the weak link, definitely. But he doesn't suck by any means. Jeremy Zuda made the Pro Bowl in Baltimore. So that's going to be at center. That's going to be definitely a move up. And centers are very important to Kyle Shanahan's offense. We got our first-round draft pick from last year in his second year, Joshua Garnett. He had kind of a rough up-and-down rookie season, but I expect him to do a lot better. And then one guy that really is going to be an all-pro that we drafted in the 7th round about 3 years ago is Trenton Brown. He's 6'8", 355 pounds. Now this guy, Trent Brown, is not getting any love either. Kind of like DeForest Buckner didn't get love last year because the 49ers have been so terrible. So they don't get votes. I mean, Trent Brown probably, he's only been in the league for 3 years. He's a 7th round draft pick. But he probably should have made the Pro Bowl by now. But to give you an idea of Trenton Brown, how good he is, I want to go to this interview that DeMarcus Ware gave to Von Miller. It says in this article, Trent Brown earns praise from Super Bowl MVP Von Miller. Now this is what DeMarcus Ware had a talk show, and he actually asked Von Miller, who owns you? Who owns you in the league? And Von Miller only said one name. He said, Trent Brown with the 49ers. The only player admitted was Trent Brown. He goes, I feel like Trent Brown has a very bright future in the NFL. He's 6'8". He knows how to use his arms, knows how to use his wingspan, and has length. So I feel like he's young, and people haven't really seen him. That's what but I feel like he's one of the better tackles in the NFL. Now I said this, people haven't seen him because he got drafted when the 49ers started to decline. So the Browns actually, the Browns, sorry about that. The Broncos and the 49ers usually do off-season workouts together. So Von Miller is giving kind of like a in-depth testimony. He has trouble with Trent Brown. So I expect Trent Brown to make a Pro Bowl this year as well. But my point is, with a defense and about 3 Pro Bowlers, a first rounder, and 1 solid guy on the offensive line, there's no reason Carlos Hyde shouldn't go over 1,000 this year or have his best season in the NFL. So I got defense. I got that monstrous defense, that monstrous, young, hungry 49 defense, and this guy with his offense. And I forgot to mention, also the 49ers acquired the best fullback in the NFL, Kyle Jacuzzi, and he's gonna make a big difference too for blocking for Carlos Hyde as well. So I didn't put Kyle Jacuzzi in the actual notes, but in the slides. But yeah, he's gonna make a big difference too. He's a Pro Bowl caliber fullback, great blocker. So Carlos Hyde has no excuses. But the 49ers are going to use this run game, and they're going to use that defense to win football games. Now, I don't know what Brian Hoyer and the wide receivers are going to do, but this is Kyle Shanahan's offense we're talking about. They're not going to be bad. I don't think they're going to be elite. I think they're going to be mediocre, the passing game. But I think the running game and the defense is going to be pretty elite. And you could get in the playoffs with that. So I'm going to end this video by giving my win-loss prediction. Sunday, September 10th, Carolina Panthers at Levi Stadium. I got 49ers. Sunday, September 17th, one day after Canelo is going to beat Triple G, I got Seattle Seahawks. So now we're 1-1. We play the Rams the following week. We own the Rams. We win that game. We're 2-1. We're going to play the Cardinals in Arizona. I'm going to give that game to the 49ers. Now the 49ers are 3-1. We're going to play the Colts. I think we're going to lose. 3-2. We're going to go to Washington and play the Redskins. We're going to win. 4-2. We're going to play Dallas at Levi Stadium. 49ers are going to beat the Cowboys. They're going to be 5-2. They're going to play the Eagles in Philadelphia. I'm going to give that game to the Eagles. 5-3. 49ers are going to play the Cardinals again. They win it again. 6-3. They're going to play the Giants. I think they lose. 6-4. Then they play Seattle. I think they pull up an upset and they finally beat the Seahawks. 7-4. They then play Chicago. They play Chicago. I got them winning that. 8-4. Houston. Got them winning. 9-4. Tennessee. Got them winning. 10-4. Jacksonville. 11-4. Rams. I got them beating the Rams to end the season. I got the Niners finishing at 12-4. Getting a wild card spot because I think Seahawks finished like 14-2, 13-3. So tell me what you think. Talk to you later.